Hi Gemini, here is a general look at your solar chart for October 2011. Now in much of October there is actually a lighter, more entertaining or spontaneous sort of vibration around, and there could be opportunities to do the kinds of things that you enjoy or which you find empowering and lets you shine your light in your own unique way. You could even find yourself at the center of attention at times, with admiring glances coming your way or maybe exchanging between you and someone else. And for some of you, there could be more involvement in the affairs of children or animals, or young people as well. Or people just out to have a good time, really, and you joining it in. But the thing about this transit is it can be a little bit muted at times. I mean, the basic stuff is good, but the reason why I'm saying that is because it just so happens at this time, because this transit comes around this time every year, but this time it's coming around, it's coinciding with the Saturn one. So, you may have heard me speak about this very, very long Saturn transit because we have planets transiting very, very quickly, like once a month, like the Sun, and then we have planets like Saturn taking 2.5 years to get through one sign of the zodiac. So until autumn 2012, Saturn is in the area of muting your ability to access activities which are just light-hearted, fun, and perhaps entertaining, put you at the center of attention, make you feel very empowered and like in your power and really doing what you really enjoy. And every time you try and go there, there's always like more arranging to do, or it's not quite how you expected it to be. It's also about creativity and art as well, this area too, for the sort of the creative art and artistic ones among you. So maybe you know what I'm talking about. You just need to carry a heavier pack on your back and climb a longer hill with this one. And so in the first half of October, we're just past the first half of October 2011, where some of the aspects are, they're going to amplify the longer transit of Saturn, right? And you are basically learning how to overcome barriers to your own power, your own bliss, you know, your own fun, your own ability with creativity and art and entertainment. You're in a long cycle of having to be very persevering, organized, rather sort of dogged and step by step at times with any of those things, and also with around affairs of children. It can be animals, it can be, and also it can be with romantic partners as well, that you just got to, you know, push that bit harder all the time to get something to kind of come together. And there is like this stopping, blocking motion which can affect, you know, affairs of children, your connection, the dynamic between you and your children, or young people, or animals, or romantic partners, and getting quite serious about it. So this kind of this overlay of seriousness over what is actually fundamentally a very fun area, you see. So there can be conditions of delay or difficulty affecting these areas at times, and in the first part of October, that is when the aspects are triggering that long transit. So you might just need to be a little bit more determined, structured, disciplined during that time, patient. And any of you involved in the arts or in the leisure industry or entertainment industry, or promotional or performance type activities, that's going to be a time when you've just got to be, as I say, put more of yourself in there. It's a bit testing. Be more self-disciplined, be more patient, take the long view. Nothing's going to happen quickly. Nothing's going to happen quickly with Saturn. However, what does happen, what does evolve, is very, very valuable for you in the long run further down the line. So do not be disheartened, and if it's affecting any of those areas that I've said, So yes, it's going to be a little bit more testing energy with something that's holding you away from your art, holding you away from your having your fun with your children or your lover or your, something that just kind of slows it down, mutes it, and you've just got to use more of your willpower to surmount these things. Also in October you may be mixing and mingling or flitting hither and thither more than usual, because as a matter of fact Mars is in a super duper good position for you. It's in the areas, the house of your sign, although it's not in your sign, it's in the house of your sign. So it's going to be a great time for you to socialize, make new connections, or just connect with others. In person, over the wires. You love to flit, you love to have sort of multitask and fingers and lots of pies, and Mars is going to really underpin that for you for the whole of October. As I say, very sociable, being very much in the flow of information exchange. It's in a very extrovert area, Mars, this month. But there's also a practical slant to all of this, potential movement, and chit-chat, connecting with others, and you'll have to be realistic and careful at times as you go forwards. You can have a lot on your mind and feel irritated or scattered at times as well. That's only because you'll have so much flying around in your head. Others can see the way that you communicate as a little bit provocative, or maybe you are being imposed upon, or you feel almost under attack by the way somebody else is conveying information, or somebody else is behaving towards you. That's because Mars is in your communication area, and Mars rules, sharp instruments, so sharp tongues, we could say, sharp words, we could say. So that's why there's a little bit of a danger that either you can come across in a sharper kind of a way, or somebody else, you receive them, as in a way which is rather sharp and perhaps heavy for you. And so just get that in perspective. It is actually a good time for you to get things off your chest, and thrash something out with somebody, lay your cards on the table. It's also for those of you who are in the arts, a fantastic time for creative self-expression. It's just brilliant, absolutely brilliant. As long as you remember that you've got to be this patient, steady, methodical person as you go forward with all of that. From the 12th, your mind will be more upon practical chores. Then you start to get more organized, you start to get your act together from the 12th. That's including correspondence, any kind of paperwork, you keeping a steady weather eye on health as well, and being maybe mentally focused a little bit on health, yours or another's, from the 12th onwards. So looking at and dealing with the mechanical details, so that's the physical mechanical details, or the machinery mechanical details of daily life, and in fact vehicles or communications equipment or just equipment. And transport may be highlighted one way or the other. However, you should feel very well supported in practical ways from the 9th onwards. Yes, somebody making tools or a venue available, somebody helping you out, somebody making your life easier on very basic practical levels. From the 23rd, a more practical maintenance orientated time will begin, and the new moon on the 26th opens the door for positive change in daily routines or with health, that's yours or another's, during the subsequent month. That will be from October the 26th. When I said about that in the health or the work area, that can be a female there that's being very, very supportive with advice or with guidance, or it might be it doesn't have to be a female, but it could be somebody very much in touch with their female side, So now Jupiter has moved into this background area of your solar chart and will be there until next June. That's underpinning you from behind the scenes, so invisible hands are guiding you at times that you need guidance, that you ask for it. And remember to ask. People don't realize they can. Just ask. Just go quiet, shut your eyes and ask. And then don't just cut it off and forget about it, and don't of course stress about getting an answer, but just be sort of lightly kind of aware that an answer will come. Something will be shown to you, which will help you. This is infallible. As long as you have the right, maybe shall we say, I was thinking of a pair of glasses, the right ability to perceive the omens, the signs, the portents that come just fleetingly from nature. But if you need help, then ask for it, and it will. Then listen out for it. Don't stress about it, but listen out for it. It'll be there. It'll come lightly. Now, some of you may have to be dealing or have had to deal with health issues over the time that Jupiter is in this area of the chart. Jupiter is the planet of learning through doing, and it's a very positive, supportive energy. So you maybe have had to go through something or are going through something for yourself or for somebody near you, but you're learning an awful lot from it. And the tendency is, of course, with Jupiter is for you. It's a very strong positive energy. So for you to benefit and move on and through whatever the problem, benefit from the experience and move on and through the experience, whatever the problem might be. There could be a special relationship that's just kind of ticking away in the background, which is slowly and quietly teaching you a great deal that you didn't know before, and that's just kind of blossoming in the background. You could be beavering away on a project in the background, and it's a very, very good time for you to be getting into serious regular meditation, psychic development, yoga, tai chi. That is a brilliant transit for that, and really doing more that nurtures you and helps you to be in the now, in the present, and really enjoying your life. Uranus has finally ceased its 7 years cycle of bringing change and uncertainty into who you are, what you stand for, who you are in the world, career, general life direction. It's now in this very futuristic sector related to your long-term hopes and dreams, things that have maybe been on the back burner all your life. And now, over this transit of 7 years, just under 7 years, you will be getting the chance to start cracking with some of these things, or this thing that you've been waiting to do and you've always wanted to do. And hanging out with a new group of people because of it, probably. And first of all, it might be intermittent, but then it starts to roll for you, and that could be happening more next year when Jupiter is in your sign, Gemini. And you Geminians born the 21st and 24th of May or up to 4 degrees of Gemini rising, going to feel this influence most strongly this month. Neptune's transited back into the end of Aquarius. A teaching may come which renews your faith that there is a divine order, another level of intelligence, in fact many other levels of intelligence, which is more expanded, far more expanded than our own. Also helps you come up with imaginative, creative ideas, feeling very inspired. And you Geminians born in the last couple of days or the last couple of degrees of Gemini rising, going to feel this influence most strongly this month. And for many years to come, Pluto is quietly underpinning a slow gear change where your deep feelings are concerned, your emotions, your historical affinities, your sense of deeper awareness, your awareness of what's, through that door on the other side, what's in an area that's been hitherto in the shadow or taboo for you. Pluto is really evolving you and helping you get deep insight here. It will help dismantle old conditions in your life around property, finance, old relationships. As I say, old affinities, also inheritances, and radical change. in society, large-scale change, the bigger wheels in society, they're likely to be, and not just society, Mother Nature too, and the climate, likely to be having a bearing on this deep learning that's slowly going on for you, subtly going on. And there's something of an emotional rebirth for you, will be the upshot of all of this. And you Geminians born May 23rd, 27th, or with 1 to 6 degrees of Gemini rising, really feel this influence so strongly this month. That's it for October. If you know your rising sign and also your moon sign, listen to that to see how it fits and how it doesn't. It will add to or subtract from what I've said here, and I'll see you the next time.